Peace and love, love and light. Welcome back to Trigger to Transform Day 21. If you can't tell, I just came in from outside and I gotta get out of some of this stuff. And so I can talk to y'all to see how your day was going, how your day has been. Did you do anything fun? It's what, Tuesday? An amazing day. It's been a little bit of a travel day for me. I'm here still in Maryland, and I needed to take my son to the airport today, and so I've done that, and then did a little perusing in the store with my mama because she loves to shop. I'm more of a boutique shopper. My mom's a shopper. She shops where things are. And after that, I went to a basketball game. I don't know if you all are familiar with the Wizards and the Magic, but they played here tonight at Capital One Arena, downtown DC, or should I just say DC, period, Washington, and we went out to the game. So we're just getting back in the house, and I feel good, a little tired, of course, but you know, I can't complain about that. What about you? Did you meet any new people today? And hold on, wait, I'm sorry. I got one more question. What pattern did you decide ends with you? Okay, twofold. I'm ready. No new people. Okay. Okay. Well, keep doing your pattern work. See what else you see what else comes up for you. Okay? It's been a beautiful 21 days. In the last 21 days, we have really exceedingly abundantly tapped into what could be possibly triggering us, opening up more than one space inside of us to check for our triggers and where they lie and what that could mean about who it is that we're becoming and what it is that we're up to, right? How do my triggers align me with my highest goal, which is whatever it is, right? But you know what your goal is. How do my choices around my triggers support me in getting closer to what it is that I desire to see for myself and my family versus me not paying attention to what's happening? We've learned that our triggers reside inside of our body, that our body has not forgotten. Not one of those triggers. And so when we think about what's coming next and what's coming into the bubble from this space, we know that the deeper we look at ourselves and really stop giving the energy to things outside of us to say, well, this person did this and this person did that and this may have happened, we bring that energy back into ourselves, find out where it's lying, as in laid to rest inside of our body. Where is it showing up? Am I anxious? Am I depressed? Do I have stomach aches? Do I have heart palpitations? Am I experiencing high blood pressure? Do I have high blood sugar? All of these things are directly related to the mental mindset that we hold and react to as it relates to our triggers. Tell me I'm lying, show me the science, and I'll believe you. But this thing can be backed up, and we know how much stress plays a part in our health. What else stresses you other than your triggers? Right? And our triggers could be really around environmental things like, I don't know if I have enough money for the end of the month. I don't know if there's enough food in the house. Like, these are real and mentally challenging ideas to hold, right? And not that we're saying that we've got to lie ourselves out of this, right? This isn't about creating a delusion around our situations. It's about getting to the core of it, right? I'm a root cause type of girl. I'm not here to blow fluff to tell you that, oh, it's going to be okay. Pat yourself on the back. Be positive and things will change. No, do your work. Okay, and when I say do your work, I mean keep pulling back the layers on yourself, because guess what, baby? In 2025, it's no reason for anyone to have worries like, what am I going to do about these bills? Because we have access to ourselves, and what's holding us back from receiving that? Is it because I feel like this is how my life has been since I was a child and there's nothing else available to me? No, I will never, ever, ever believe that, because I've seen so many instances where people have taken that reality that things weren't good when I grew up and turned that into a blessing. And when I say a blessing, I mean not only for everyone around them, but for themselves, because they have forgiven any and everything that was attached to the limitations that they set on their mind, on their physicality, on their spirituality, on their finances, right? And that is what we are opening up. So that is what's available for coming into this space on a day-to-day basis and taking accountability for what it is that you see in your life, especially if you know I'm struggling right here, right now, right? You may have outside help, but outside people, including myself, are only a guide. We are really only here to be in support, to hold space step by step, to open up a dialogue, a conversation, a different perspective as to what's available for you. Transformation, transformative action, transformative leadership lies within what, y'all? Choice. And if I'm going to choose to remain in the stuck pattern that I've been in, then I'm going to choose to be right where I am at. I'm going to choose to remain on this hamster wheel. And if that is the choice, then say that to yourself out loud several times a day. I'm not doing nothing else about what I'm experiencing right now. I'm just going to experience it, and nothing that I'm going to do about it. And then I want you to turn me off, because then you're just wasting energy, okay? So you all know what I always say. If this message is not for you, send it to the person. Send it to the friend. Send it to the colleague. Send it to the cousin. Send it to the sister-in-law. Send it to the brother-in-law that is always talking about changing their lives, that they are ready to see something different, that they're ready to have a new experience, and not from outside themselves. They're not running on that hamster wheel anymore. They really want to see something different in their lives. And then I suggest you take that lesson with you, and you all do it together. Become each other's accountability partner and see the difference show up in your life. Be the difference that you want to see, not only in yourself, but also in the world. All right? All right. I'm going to get off my soapbox, because y'all know I love it. I love it. All right. So today is day 21. And we're going to talk about the roles that we inherited and how those roles trigger a reaction in us that we may not be necessarily aware of. Oh, so let's think about it. When I say the roles that we inherited, now I'm the only child, so I'm not one to really bring up older, middle, baby children, but in comma, I know that there is a distinct difference in the positions, in the roles. I don't struggle, but I flip-flop those terms. The role and the position that we hold in a family, and what that means for who we're supposed to be. Now, I'm an oldest cousin. I hold my role as the oldest cousin, right? Ain't no holds barred. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. If my younger cousins, which aren't that much younger than me, come to me with issue situation, they know that it's gonna be bop bop, and ain't no, that's just what it is with me. So I guess in a sense you could say that I'm the strong one, right? What does it mean when you take on the role, or you've inherited the title of the strong one? What about the fixer? Now, if you're the fixer, that might look like everybody comes to you with their issue and you're the one that Taylor makes the plan to get them out of that situation. But what does that trigger inside of you? Right? You might be the overachiever or the achiever, right? The one has checked all those boxes off. You got your degree, you got the this, you got the house, you got the car, you got the things. You are the achiever. But what does that trigger? Like when you become that inherited role, what does that mean that you put forward, right? And when you put that thing forward in your way of being, does the totality of that role speak to who you are? Does that role trigger you to become someone else? Does the totality of that role make you shrink in other places? What do you notice about who you identify as? This is about seeing oneself, right? Yeah, I'm strong, but I'm also vulnerable. I'm strong, but I can also be very relatable. I'm strong and, right, I'm a fixer and, right? I have a I had a friend one time, she used to call me the closer. Call Shatoya, tell her what's up, and by the time you get off the phone, it's handled. It's handled. I don't care what it is, and I still participate with myself that way because that is how I identify myself. I am a problem solver. I'm very solution oriented. It's not very much that you can come to me with, and I'm like, I draw a blank. Even if you don't want to hear it, I have an idea for it. Right? That's critically important about the way I identify myself. What does that trigger in me? I have a little bit of perfectionism, right? I have had to combat the way that I handle situations because it used to be like if I provided a solution or advice and the person didn't follow it or, you know, what I thought they should do with it, then I was like, and then they, of course, they're coming back and they're like, Toya, did you do what I told you to do the first time? Right. And so as I began to evolve and within myself, that became less of a requirement, less of an expectation for people to do what I said do. Right. It became more of a proximity to their own solution, right? It helped me to draw back from needing to fix things or needing to be strong for someone else. It allowed me to pull my energy back and give space for others to come up with solutions for themselves. Because why? For two reasons, really. One, a lot of times it ain't none of my damn business, right? People just coming to me because of the energy I hold, right? Because I am priestess, I am goddess. I do sit in a space of spiritual awareness. I do have a connection to divine source. I am very solution based, and so that can't be ignored by people that know me. And so instead of me falling into the trap of, yo, you didn't do what I said, I live space so that I can teach. That's reason number two. I love to teach. It leaves me in a space of curiosity. I can ask more questions and be more present than hearing it and immediately going into, let me fix it. I can hear it. I can wait. I can pause. Y'all know my favorite thing is to pause and allow space for the person to access themselves, right? That's how I have developed my inherited roles, right? So that they actually work in a way that doesn't become a stressor for me or the people that are coming to me for support. There's more than one way to hold these roles, right? It's more than one way to hold your role so that you are not getting overwhelmed in it. At some point, we have to really be able to take hands off and allow ourselves to be in a position of being the student. And what comes up is analyze. I say refine though. Analyze and refine what it is that we are, or how I want to say we're contributing to our own triggers. Because if I hold the role and I feel like, whatever it is, right, the achiever, and I feel like people don't respect the attributes or the contributions that I've made as the achiever, then that trigger, right, whatever the expectation is that I hold there for or how people perceive my role as the achiever, could very well become a detriment to me, right? From the standpoint that that is the only thing that I see from myself. That if I'm not achieving, then I'm not doing what, blah, 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 blah. This is about identifying the whole person. What is that achiever position triggering, right, to come about so that it is completely supported. That's not the only person that you are. That's not your only role. But it may be a characteristic and a distinct characteristic as you grow, but not the one, right? So that's where we are today. Think about what your roles are, what roles you've taken on, and how it actually applies to who it is that you say that you are, and how do you utilize that role, what's coming up to nebulize the entirety of your being. Okay? Give breath to send out the pulse. Who else can I be inside of being? Who else am I inside of being the strong one? Who else am I inside being the fixer? Who else am I inside of being the achiever, the overachiever, the mothering one, the nurturing one, the caring one, the patient one, the kind one, the compassionate one, the mean one, Mr. Grinch? Right? How do we polarize ourselves so that we are becoming more aware of how we're showing up inside of these roles? If that's not triggering, I don't know what is. Who am I being? Oh, I'm the funny one. Everything's funny. Everything's a joke. I'm the silly one. Right? I'm the lighthearted one. I'm the one that gets it done. Okay? You inherited the role. And you also are the one who gets to name how you show up in that role. It doesn't have to be by default. Right? And if those roles become your default mode, then pinpoint in your default role, what is your sense of being inside of your default role? How are you intended to show up? Not based on the role itself and what it requires. No. But in who you intend to be inside of that role. I am the achiever, I am the fixer, and I am the strong one wrapped up into one. I don't have a whole lot of ha-ha in me. That's not my thing. I'm not even gonna get you now. Okay? I know that about myself. But in that, I don't have any room to be mean, to be disappointed by people who don't decide to follow my instruction. Everyone's on their own path. And I had to learn that. Okay? All right. This is going to be a quick class tonight. I hope that you were taking notes. I hope that everything that I said, or something that I said, resonates. It ignites a flame inside of you that's connected to your divine wisdom that will lead you to your highest self. That is always my desire, is that we get outside of vibrating in this low frequency of fear, paranoia, delusion, confusion, and that we move into the higher principles of ourselves through one, love, because you're either operating in love or fear. And with love comes peace, comes abundance, comes joy, comes happiness. And I'm not saying nothing about positivity. I'm not saying nothing about perfection. We're living a real world existence. And I'm talking about getting real with ourselves and being overly aware, if you will, because that's what it takes to stand inside of our integrity, inside of our choices with commitment. Okay? That's what I'm here to talk about. All right. I hope it all made sense. All right. And again, like, subscribe, and share. Comment on the underneath. And what is your grand role? What is your grand identity that you're standing in? I don't want to say what's your what is no. Let's back up. Not the role. I don't want to talk about the role really. I don't care about the role. What is your identity? And how are you holding yourself in integrity to who you identify as? Come on, come through. Talk about it. And how are you being held accountable to that? If ain't nobody having these conversations with you, well, baby, I will. I love to. Please click on my calendar and make your appointment today, to see me in the next 3 weeks. And let's just get clear. It doesn't cost you a thing to have a clarity call with me. Nothing. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to even try to sell you nothing. You know Trigger to Transform is here. You know that you have space. You know that you have an opportunity to go through a program, excuse me, that will not only serve you, but evolve you. And it's your chance, it's your opportunity. So congratulations on choosing you. Thank you for coming back to being here and the sound of my voice just for a little while, just for a little reflection, just for a little pick-me-up. I hope you walk away from this space feeling better than you came into this space, and that you have an idea of where you want to do, what you want to do tomorrow that will change your life, who you want to be tomorrow that will change your life. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I am Goddess Shatoya. Thank you again for coming into this space. If this message wasn't for you, make sure you share it with the person that it's for, because you know who. All right? I love you with all of my heart. Be well.